What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Today I wanted to bring you a quick video on an update for the 95 Mustang project. I'll drop a link in the description for when I first bought this car, and you can see where it was, and hopefully today you'll see we've been able to make a little bit of progress on this thing. So here's the car today. Again, if you look back in the other video, you'll see it didn't look anything like this. I wouldn't say it's great now, but she's looking a lot better than she did when I first bought it. So just to go over where it was, when I bought it, it had basically 3 different shades of red on this car. No clear coat anywhere, and believe it or not, that's a Mako single stage paint job. I went back with the original Rio red color. I wanted to try to keep it as original as I could. You can see the original wheels are still on it. The original top is still on it. The tail lights, when I bought the car, it had these really cheap, clear tail lights. They look good on some cars, but in my opinion, they didn't look really good with the nice, pretty red. So those tail lights actually came off of a 97 Cobra. Not that I'm going to make it a Cobra by any means, but anyway, that's where those came from. I have put new tires on it all the way around. It has a new power steering rack. It has been aligned, of course. That was kind of the progression with that. New power steering rack, then get it aligned and new tires. A lot of things didn't work with this car when I bought it. The top didn't go up and down. Evidently the previous owner, story I was able to put together, his girlfriend took it to the beach, didn't realize that you have to set the emergency brake to make the top work. So her and her friend just took it upon themselves, unlatched the top and just pushed it down, which pushed all the fluid out of the system. So you can imagine the mess it made there, which I had to clean up. The radio didn't work, the clock on the dash didn't work, keyless entry didn't work, horn didn't work, fog lights, both bulbs were not only blown, they were, I don't know how you were able to smash it without busting the lenses, but the fog lights didn't work. Funny thing, the check engine light bulb didn't work. I'll show you in a little bit, it does work now. And there were some other dash lights that didn't work around the ones around the speedometer didn't work. So some new parts that I've been able to put on. Oh, and before I go any further, I was able to secure this car in its condition for $2,300, which is about right. What I paid for it, what it was worth, was about right. Now, from what I could tell, the car hadn't been ragged on or driven hard. It really had just been neglected. The plugs in it were original. Wires were original. Based on estimates, the car had about 150,000 miles on it. The transmission fluid had been changed. The little plug that pops out down in the bottom of the drain pan there was gone. So that's, I know that had been changed. So new parts that I've been able to put on it. It has new shocks, new struts, new brake pads and rotors. The lower control arms are new, with new ball joints. Like I said earlier, power steering rack is new. New plugs, wires, distributor is new. The ignition coil is new. The TFI module is new. I've also swapped out the EGR valve, the PCV valve. Of course, I changed out the fog light bulbs. It has a new battery. And see what else on the outside. That's basically it with those things there. That's a quick shot around the back. And it still has the original 5-liter engine in it, original trans, original rear gear. All right, so on the inside, We put a new steering wheel wrap on it. The cruise control buttons are new. And when I bought this car, these back seats were black. And they were black from about halfway down all the way to the bottom. It was just a mess. So me and the family, we took the seats out and pressure washed them real good. And there are some cigarette burns in them, which are just, y'all don't smoke in your cars. It's just nasty. I got the steam cleaner out the other day and cleaned the carpets really good. Although honestly, this carpet needs to be replaced, and for $150, I can replace that in the driveway. No big deal. One thing you usually see on these cars that's broken is the little cup holder and the ashtray. I took the ashtray and the cigarette lighter out because they were just disgusting, rusted out. They just look really, really bad. Put a Pioneer radio in it. No big deal there. I put new side view mirrors on it. And just another quick look around. The top needs to be replaced. It's starting to fray really bad here. It doesn't leak yet, but that's not far off. I keep it in the garage, just because. So, all right. So I'm gonna jump in here and pop the hood right quick. And keep in mind, this thing it's still original for the most part, so it's not ain't looking too hot. So there it is, the 302 Windsor-based pushrod motor. A few things I've changed under here. When I bought this car, this intake here on the outtake on the radiator, this plastic piece was broken. Previous owner had to replace this coolant hose here, and he didn't cut it to fit, so it was pressing against, you can see right there, it's pressing against the hood, and that pressure, because of heating and cooling, eventually broke the radiator plastic piece there. So I had to replace the radiator. I flushed the coolant system, and quite honestly, coolant looked like mud, just rust and nasty. So I ran the Prestone engine coolant, flushed through there, got that all cleaned out. So I have a new water pump, new radiator, new thermostat. I put, let's see, again, new distributor plugs, wires, new TFI module down there, ignition coil here. The only mods that I've done is the cold air intake. I scored that for $100. It's nice, it's not great. And of course the smog pump delete. So that's gone. I need to get the fuse box cover. I'll probably score one of those for about $10. New battery. This car has drop springs on it, the E-Box. I think they're 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch drop springs. So I went with the Maximum Motorsports caster camber plates. And forums that I read, people I talked to, that's something that you don't really want to skimp on. And from what I understand, these are top of the line caster camber plates. Also, to get it lined up correctly, I have camber bolts on the struts to help get it back into factory spec. So that's pretty much it under the hood. As you can see, we still got a little work to do. But as far as a daily driver with 150,000+ miles on it, she runs fine. Is it back to factory original power? Probably not, but it's pretty close. So I did fix the odometer. You can see there the trip meter has been running. So so without further ado, one thing that everybody wants to hear is what's she sound like. So we'll do that right quick. It has the 2.5 inch Mac H pipe on it. It has the Jones Brothers mufflers on it, which are basically Flowmaster knockoffs. They sound okay, but let's be honest, does anything really sound like a Flowmaster? No. There they are there. Again, refer back to the original video of looking around underneath this car. This thing was just disgusting. I know those pipes aren't the prettiest things in the world, but I got them for 50 bucks, so I consider that a win.